So these were taken from a post on Facebook that we put up a couple weeks ago. Thank you for responding to that. If you have a question, please feel free to email us at stonecoldandthejackal@gmail.com and put podcast question in the subject. Or you can go on our on our social media and respond to the sometimes we ask for questions, but if you really want a question answered, emailing us is the best way to get it in front of our eyes. Also, if you like our podcast, we always appreciate when people give us a rating on iTunes or Spotify. That helps other people find it, and also share it with a friend if you like it as well. We hope you enjoyed our episode with Ignacio last week. We will, a lot of people asked if why we haven't been talking to guests, and during the holidays it was easier to not ask people out of their break to come talk to these dummies. So, but yes, more guests in the future, not to worry. And but anyway, here are some answers to some of your questions. All right, Michelle wants to know, what are some interesting or bizarre fan gifts? And I know you've talked about one in the past. Didn't someone send you an engagement ring?
Yes, a proposal. This is one we actually got fan mail.
Right. I mean, we still do, but gosh, I haven't been up.
I know, it's crazy, dude. I don't even think they pay attention to it
anymore. I went up to the mail room. It's also like the copy room, and everybody still has a box. And I think it's just when the box will not hold anymore, they bring it to you.
Probably, yeah. But back then, they used to count the fan mail. Back in the day, there was a list that went around.
Crazy. Well, I guess there was no other metric. There was no other metric, really.
There was no metric, except for Nielsen, and then obviously they do focus groups. A lot of networks would do focus groups, but yeah, the fan mail was a big deal. And so a lady, she sent me a ring and a proposal through the mail.
I love that.
And I said yes, and
it's been 18 happy years.
No. So obviously I did not respond, and that was that. So
that was that.
Yeah, that's kind of the one that's the one that really stands out. I mean, we've all we've been sent really cool gifts too.
Oh gosh, we get tons of cool gifts.
I mean, so it's but that one stands out the most for sure.
The one that came to mind, and this has happened multiple times, and I don't want to call it bizarre. I don't want to put it down, but it is something that when you think about it, I've got a few times, people have made Christmas tree ornaments with pictures of me and them,
and they send it to you,
right? And
to put on your tree.
Right. It's very nice. It's very nice. And it's a incredibly thoughtful gift. Oh. But for my family, if what it would be perfect for is if I had a dressing room still and there was a tree in my dressing room, I would 100%. cover it with those.
Right.
That would be great. My family Christmas tree.
Or at one of our Patreon Christmas.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. But on my family Christmas tree, it's having pictures with people that to my kids and my wife are strangers.
That doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. Daddy, who's that?
Right. So I'm not trying to call them out as strangers. Just I guess I just don't have the right place for them.
Sure. Yeah, but that's nice.
But we always appreciate thoughtful.
Hey, it's the thought that counts, right?
That's exactly right. It's exactly right.
That's true. That's 100% true.
But thank you for your question, Michelle. Betty wants to know, any more songwriting in your future, and do we? I guess will you ever sing "Who Killed Romeo"? When Jonathan?
I will not.
When Jonathan guested for us, when Brandon had to bow out, did you guys sing that there?
No.
Do you guys own it?
No. Yeah, it's our song. Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if like CBS commissioned it or something.
No, well, the move is like, hey, we'll play it and really not pay you anything. But
right.
So but it was cool that they played it on Young and the Restless. And it was a fun process. Like I don't know anything musically. So anytime I've written with Scott, he would do a riff and go, hey, yeah, this is what goes here, blah, 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 la, 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 right? And I'd try to fill in the words, right?
Right.
And that's how we've written stuff, me, him, and Emily. And then with Jonathan, I just gave Jonathan the lyrics, and then
And he
he
put it
came up with that, 2 weeks later. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's how this works.
Right.
So that's not what, so
Yeah.
you know what? It's fun to do. I don't really have the time to do it now.
Sure.
It's not like on the top of my list to write more songs.
Right.
Really. So, so no, probably not for me.
Yeah.
What about you?
It's tough because there are so many things that I consider doing, but you can't do them all. Like,
No, sir, you cannot.
you can't write songs, write a screenplay, like I have creative impulses, and I'm lucky that I have, some talent in a few different areas, right? It's not, thankfully, like I can do more than one thing creatively.
Sure.
But that doesn't mean that, like, what's that old saying? You can, don't do, like, I'm actually asking for the saying,
Jack of all trades, master
and
of
master of none, right?
Yeah,
That's what
totally,
it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Mhm.
So I think I just got to figure out, I need to focus on one or two things and do those really well.
100%. Yeah. Absolutely.
I just don't think I'm not proficient enough on guitar or piano to write effectively. I think, like you said, lyrically, because sometimes I find even when when I'm writing, just journaling, like sometimes it's poetic, not for public consumption, but
sure.
I do like when I'm writing parody songs.
Yeah, I'm going to say you're very good at that. So
the lyrics for parody songs, like filling in space with words.
Yes.
Like, because what I'll do is I'll take verses of a song and take out the words and be like, okay, what am I gonna put here? And I know, and so like I have to figure out what the song's about. I have to be like, okay, this is what I want to say in the song. Okay, and now this is how I build it. So like lyrically, but no one's ever given me the opportunity. No one, for an original song that is not a cover, that I'm changing the words to. Like I've never done that. I've never been given music to fill in lyrics, but that would be interesting to try, because I do that. My brain knows how to do that. You just got to figure out what the song's about, and then once I do that, then it's kind of easy.
Right. Yeah.
So anyway,
please subscribe to our YouTube channel.